of the rising sun. Ndane kuma kahabo. Ndi Biafra. Umu Jacob. Israel na Africa. Na the Gulf of Guinea. Hey! Biafra is sure. His Excellency Mazi Simon Eba Joko, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic. Omogin anabata in Europe. Aina sigin no. Obato bien ke Biafra. Onye nkuku akwa ụmụ Biafra. Otu arịrị nke Biafra. Anụ nkankamki. Mmejiri gbago onye ire asị na ọdịrọ nkọ. Oche na mmụọ. Ọ dị nkankamire. Umene Fulani, the end of Nigeria. You are the Joshua of Biafra. You are leading us to the promised land. Biafra government in exile. The cabinet members of the government in exile. The de facto government in the homeland. Anyị sunu jisike o. Ọ ga-abara unu. Ọ bụnagodo onye isi na-afụ ụzọ na-afụ mbọ unu na-agba. Jisike n'ọrụ. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukalo, Ohamadike one of Biafra, Dike Ana Ogunanya, the Black Messiah. Okukubala Nigeria n'olu, Kelo Abunsobu, Kabupo. The symbol of African freedom. The world's living apostle of truth. Nigerian prison cannot break your spirit. You are the Moses of Biafra. We remember our eternal leader, Dim Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. He came by Newi. You died, but your spirit is fighting for your children. You are our godfather, the Abraham of Biafra. We cannot forget you, our own. Philip Effiong, Onubara Anyafa, the one that gave us our name. You are dead, but your spirits are alive. I think I'm going to Biafra. promised land. Anyị ga-adị ndụ wee bụ Biafra. Anyị ekene Chukwu ọbasi nke igwe onye edu anyị ala n'ala ahụ ekwere anyị na nkwa. Anyị ga-agba egwu ọnwụ wee na nwayọ nwayọ were nwayọ gbara m egwu a. Aha aha abịa egwu abịa yọ ego onye agbalịrị ọka ya ekwe n'isi.
This is the Biafra national anthem.
Seven rows, 14 rows, 21 rows. I love to go. And beat.
Onye duru anyị wee bịa njem na Amerịka. Anyị bịa ka ibe leta nwanne anyị nwoke bụ nna anyị n'obodo a. Bụ onye anyị nwụrịla anya na nchekwube na eziokwu nke ya nwa na onye ji guzo na eziokwu a ga na-edu ụmụ Biafra na-aga n'ihu. Ọ ga na-edu IPOB na-aga n'ihu. Anyị bịara n'ụlọ ya nabata anyị were obi ọcha na obi udo wee nabata anyị. Anyị na-asị na ọ ga-adịrị ya na mma na ezinụlọ ya na mma. Anyị na-asị na ihe ọbụla anyị chọrọ bịa mere ka anyị ga-enwetarịrị ya. N'ihi na ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu mgbe na-ewu n'ọnwụ ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Nwa mmụọ emegbula nwa mmadụ, nwa mmiri emegbula nwa mmụọ. Ihe anyị na-ekwu anyị na-asị na Biafra ga-abịara na ndụ na-awụghị n'ọnwụ. Anyị ga-eri uru ọmụmụ, anyị ga-eri uru akụ na ụba n'ime Biafra. Anyị na-asị na onye ọwụla pụtara na sị na Biafra agaghị adị, onye ahụ agaghị adị. Anyị anaghị asị emebere nke obere nke si bebere ka ya gosi nke ọ ga-ebe. Anyị na-asị na nkụ ga-ekwe ọ ga-edo, ọ ga-anwụ. Ọ bụ eziokwu ka anyị ji na-aga njem a. Ọ bụ ịhụnanya ka anyị ji na-aga ofu obi. Anyị na-asị onye ọbụla hụrụ eziokwu jide eziokwu aka, n'ihi na ọ bụ eziokwu bụ ndụ, ọ bụghị okwu asị. Anyị na-asị na ọ ga-ada anyị niile na mma. Anyị ga-ahụ echi n'ihi na echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Anyị na-arịọ Chukwu okike abịa ma ka onye anyị ndụ, nye anyị ahụ isi ike, nye anyị ngọzi nke ya, nye anyị ịhụnanya. Ekpere niile ka anyị na-ekpe ọwụ ka onye bi n'ime eluigwe ka o wee nụrụ olu anyị, wee gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka, wee zọpụta anyị na akpa niile nke na-akpa anyị nke bụ Biafra. Anyị na-asị n'ikpete maazụ anyị ga-enye aha nsị ụtụtụ na nsọpụrụ na eji ama site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi.
Amadike Biafra.
Mmakwa na mụ nweta onwe m.
Nobody is talking about the agreement and how Nigeria become a country from amalgamation to fake independence to today present Nigeria. They put it under the carpet because nobody have risen up to challenge them. Nobody have risen up to question the existence of Nigeria. Until now, we are questioning it under the Biafra government in exile. I will question it with gun. We will question it with bomb. We will question it with civility. We will question it diplomatically, and we will question it politically. And that is the multi-dimensional approach. That thing they are avoiding to discuss, that particular existence of Nigeria or continuation of Nigeria, they have been avoiding to discuss, will be forced to discuss. They will be forced with the activities and the actions of the Biafra government in 2024. That's where we are going. That's why all these shenanigans, all this their regional government, all this nonsense you see happening are happening today. And they have not actually started hitting the point, because the point remains the continual existence of Nigeria as a country. They are not discussing it. What was the agreement of 1914? What was the agreement thereafter? Independent. What happened for after the 100 years of Nigeria? Nobody is discussing it. Our own British mandate terminated in 2014. That was when the British mandate terminated. When they say you have 100 years, after that we decide.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining me on today's program. I appreciate every one of you that is connecting, wherever you are connecting from. This platform where you are watching this program, as you can see, is a Biafra media, a platform that is under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Wherever you are watching us from, I want you to pay attention to every single information that is coming from here. As you all know, today is the 8th day of the 30 days lockdown in Biafra land. The 8th day. And on this 8th day, a lot is happening. If the information has not yet gotten to your area, or the action has not gotten to your area, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It is happening on a very larger scale. A lot of things are happening, and we're going to show you some few videos that we can be able to share here on YouTube. There are so many things that are happening that we cannot be able to share to you here, but we will try as much as possible to share some with you. I'm sorry I was not able to come online for 2 days past. The other day, we were not able to complete our message, and we were cut short because of the program of our Prime Minister. And today we'll try to round up on that video. And also I will give you update on what is happening in Biafran territory. For so many of you who think that the sit at home is a joke, it is not a joke. And I'm going to show you some certain videos. A lot of things are happening. The time of fear has gone. This is the time of courage, the time for us to speak as Biafrans. Remember the word of Mazen Nanik, and he said, we are fearless in the face of our enemies. And as we speak, a lot is happening. If you are following events, you will agree with me that so many things are happening. But if you are not following, pay attention. You are going to get information here. But if you want to have a clear update, complete update of what is going on, please make sure you connect to our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, on X. Connect with him on X. Once you connect with him on X, I bet you everything is going to be settled. Connect with him on X. You will be glad you did, and you will not have any doubt anymore on what to do, how to do it, or what to say. So please, I urge you in the name of Chukwukabiam, pay attention. Pay close attention, and I bet you'll be glad you did. The following videos I'm going to play are things that happened in few days now. And today, more especially, a lot has happened. Just pay attention and make sure you share this video. Click like and share. Click like and share so that you can be able to get other people who did not get the information to know what is actually going on. Let's watch.
Police station Aba. Police station Aba. Police station Aba. On fire.
ụmụnne m ndị ụmụagụ manda brọd ụtụtụ ọma nne anyị ọ ya bụ gosipụtakwuru na ọba polis steshọn na ndị na-ekwu bịama ọba polis steshọn wee dara ụlọ polis steshọn wee gbaa ya gwugwu agbalụ polis steshọn agbalụ nkwọ egburu mmadụ ya agbagbuso m ọbịa so na ọ bụrụ obere ife
These are the few ones I'm going to share with you. In one of those police stations, I have the video, but I cannot be able to share it here because the views on that video cannot be able to be viewed on YouTube. That is why I'm not going to show the video. But in that case, so many Biafrans that we are being detained, we are released. So many Biafrans that we are detained by these terrorist policemen, terrorist military in Nigeria, they were all released. Both old men, young ones, and women were released. They held them captive and they were demanding for 500,000. But the Liberation Army of Biafra, the resistance fighters went there and they set everybody free and set the place ablaze. There are so many of such videos. I just showed you some few ones that you can still see. And as we go further, many of our commanders and many of the Biafran soldiers are no longer covering their face. For a long time, people have been hiding, but we are getting to a stage where every one of us have stand up and defend ourselves. That is where we are going. And I'm going to play some 2 or more videos to show you what our Liberation Army are saying, those who are on the field. Let's watch.
You are a dead person if you are enemy of Biafra. No two ways about that. Today is a wonderful day. It's a great day. I say I will not wait till December, as I promise you that you will see my face on December. And then I decided to show you my face. That before December, you will be already a dead person. Yes, that is why I told you that you are a dead person already. As an enemy of Biafra, before December, you are gone. You can't stop us. You can't stop us. We are too great to be stopped by a mere mortal like you. We are too great to be stopped by a mere mortal like you. Okay? We are immortal. And when you see us saying to you that we were prepared before coming, we are not joking. Wonderful peoples of Biafra, today is a laughing day. Anyway, you see, as I'm smiling because it was smiling. It was smiling. Yesterday, DPO John Fence
sun mutanen Najeriya. Kuna ji na sun mutanen Najeriya da kuke rika nan da kalu. Wannan aya magana message ne na turo muku. Ku sake shi. Ai mutum nan da kuke rike bai komi ba. Kuma ina magana sun Najeriya sojoji na Najeriya wanda suke zuwa suna fada da mu. Allah na ransa muku da girma Allah da ya yi kasa da sama. Ku sake nan da karu tun nan da kuke rike bai yi komi ba. Ko wani abin da ya yi, ku zo na wai kuna rike shi don da min me. Allah ne kawai da zai zo a nan duniya. Yi mai ko duk mutanen da sun yi don fuskancin da sun yi, sai da Allah zai risa mana asirinmu. Kuma ina magana kan sun gwamna sun sojoji sun mafo. To dun banza mutum da yake yi aiki a cikin Najeriya. Ina magana da su duka. Bari aikin Najeriya da kuka yi ko dan dawa mu sun Igbo wanda suka Nasarawa sun ce suna aiki a wuwa suna aiki army. Kuma duk magana da nika yi don a kai don su ne nika yi shi. Ku bari Nnamdi Kanu ku sake shi mutum nan da kuka rike ba yi komi ba. Allah na rasa maku da girma Allah na ga muku. In ba ku rage shi ba in ba ku bai shi ba. Allah garin zai sanda mu kama da wuta. Ko wurin da mu haɗu da sun sojoji na Najeriya sai dai ta buga bindiga Allah na ga muku. Nnamdi Kanu bai yi komi ba sai kuna rike shi. Ai mu dukan da muka Najeriya ko gwamna mun mu ko da president ne ko sun duka ne sun saki abin da yake faruwa nan duniya. Kuma suna rike Nnamdi Kanu. Allah na ransa muku. Ba za mu huta ba sai dai a saka Nnamdi Kanu a ba da freedom din. A ba mu freedom don mu sai mu bari. Don ko
You can hear those people that just spoke are Biafran Liberation Army. We speak to them in the language that they will understand. It's either you let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu go or you see hell. And the independent of Biafra cannot be stopped or truncated. It doesn't matter what they do, what they say. It has become inevitable that the Biafran people will leave the zoo. And the preparation have started. The movement have started. It does not matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter how they think about it. We are going to leave the Zoological Republic. And that process have just started. So wherever you are at this moment, you must pay attention to everything that is happening around you. Don't say you are not warned. Do not say you're not warned. We have no business with the Zoological Republic. They have tried everything they can to stop us. They have pushed all their lies and propaganda. But I tell you, at this particular point in time, there is no going back. If you're one of those who is thinking that maybe somehow we are going to change our mind, think again. If you don't have the strength, you don't have the courage to face the enemy, stay away. Allow those who have the courage to fight the battle and get our freedom. There is no going back. Hear a message from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa.
Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured an aeroplane. You would think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car, or he invented one Ihela machine or something like that. No. Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them, and turn them into what you see today, Hausa Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the middle belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible.
Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, and I bet you, if you do not know that the time is now, you will never know again. The restoration of Biafra is something that no man will stop. It does not matter how you think or what you feel within you. We are going to exit the zoo. The exit is mandatory. It is mandatory. It does not matter how you think, what you feel. We are going to exit. We will surely exit. No matter how you think or what you think or how you feel within yourself, we are going to exit because we have no business in this zoological republic. Hear this from our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
That we respect that. What most commentators don't appreciate about Africa, and which most Africans are a bit slightly uncomfortable with, is that somebody coming from Europe and without regard for your culture, your traditions, your way of life, saying you are now in one country and your name is Nigeria. Right. There is something unnatural about it.
Yes.
I said to the British government, if you had come, conquered my people, which is a natural human process, that is entirely natural. Right. If you had come, conquered our people, made us English, I can live with that. Yeah. But to come and hand over a children of God over to something completely alien, this same culture that we have in the north, which is an Islamic culture.
You heard our supreme leader. We cannot be under any other government or under any culture. You cannot enslave us. You cannot. We have no business with these people. We have nothing in common with them. And we must exit. The exit of Biafra is something that no man will stop. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It doesn't matter what you think about it. It is happening. And it's happening before the whole world. Why they continue to debate on their conventional media and speak on the issue, we will continue to follow them up, listen to them and what they are saying. But no amount of propaganda or blackmail can stop us from exiting the zoo. I want to share with you more of the information that is going on their conventional media. Listen carefully to their debate, and we will come back and talk about whatever they have said on this debate.
I've always told people, it is the society that prepares the crime. Then the criminal commits it. We have said this severally, and the facts are there.
Are you insinuating that the government is intentionally reluctant to expedite Simon Ekpa?
If not, why not? Moses, let me give you the template here. When this thing started, remember, Simon Ekpa was disowned by IPOB. Remember, up to tomorrow, IPOB have told you they don't know him. He's not acting for him. And that their leader is Nnamdi Kanu. So why didn't the federal government exploit that option and release Nnamdi Ekpa to cut off Nnamdi Kanu? Release Nnamdi Kanu to cut off Simon Ekpa. Because if Nnamdi Kanu come out today, nobody will mention the name of Simon Ekpa. Quote me. If Nnamdi Kanu come out today, that name, Simon Egba, will become irrelevant.
But he's still the one making the or calling the shot in the southeast for the sit-at-home order. That Nnamdi Kanu come up to say no, he's not the one championing.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
So do you also still think nobody will remember him from the way it's going?
Look, you cannot decide for the Igbo man from abroad. It's not possible.
But they still understand and they adhere to
I have told you that the sit-at-home on Mondays is a solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention. Right. If you are doubting me, release Nnamdi Kanu and see whether
somehow enabling it. Can I step in? Can I come in here? You know, let's get a bit historical here. You see, if you look at the history of agitation, you know, struggle for independence of people, you know, they always have arrowheads. Let's go back to South Africa during the ANC days. The man who happens to be Africa's best son of the 21st century, of the 21st century,
Nelson Mandela,
at a point was disowned by his own people. Oliver Tambo, who managed the struggle from exile. People called South Africans, black South Africans.
You see, before I play this video complete, I want to talk about that idiot that just spoke. You know, in this struggle, there are some people who claim to be Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, but inside them, they are a bunch of clowns and idiots. These are the Afonjas in Igbo land. You heard that man, the kind of hate in him and the way he was talking about our prime minister, still referring to the IPOB that is no longer existing. The IPOB Nigeria that have been dissolved. That idiot is still referring to it. He is still claiming that the IPOB Nigeria that he is himself is supporting, he is still promoting them. And at the same time, asking that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should be released. What are you doing to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? There is nothing anybody anywhere is doing anything to release Mazen Nnamdi except the government of Biafra. The only people that are doing something to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today is the government of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We have seen different strategies and different programs being unleashed by our Prime Minister. And that programs are making a hell of success. But today, you see somebody in their conventional media, what he's saying. I want you to pay attention to the man, because we will always identify all these criminals, identify them, and we'll keep their video for them. When the time comes, they are going to answer for their crime. If you are standing against Biafra, just like one of the commanders say now, you are not going to see Biafra. You will not live to see Biafra. This is one of them identified. Let's watch again. I will play it from the beginning to end, then we will come back.
I've always told people, it is the society that prepares the crime. Then the criminal commits it. We have said this severally, and the facts are there.
Are you insinuating that the government is intentionally reluctant to expedite Simon Ekpa?
If not, why not? Moses, let me give you the template here. When this thing started, remember, Simon Ekpa was disowned by IPOB. Remember, up to tomorrow, IPOB have told you they don't know him. He's not acting for him. And that their leader is Nnamdi Kanu. So why didn't the federal government exploit that option and release Nnamdi Ekpa to cut off Nnamdi Kanu? Release Nnamdi Kanu to cut off Simon Ekpa? Because if Nnamdi Kanu come out today, nobody will mention the name of Simon Ekpa. Quote me. If Nnamdi Kanu come out today, that name, Simon Ekpa, will become irrelevant.
But he's still the one making the or calling the shot in the southeast for the sit-at-home order. That Nnamdi Kanu come up to say no, he's not the one championing.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
So do you also still think nobody will remember him from the way it's going?
Look, you cannot decide for the Igbo man from abroad. It's not possible.
But they still understand and they adhere to.
I have told you that the sit-at-home on Mondays is a solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention. Right. If you are doubting me, release Nnamdi Kanu and see whether
somehow enabling it. Can I step in? Can I come in here? You know, let's get a bit historical here. You see, if you look at the history of agitation, you know, struggle for independence of people, you know, they always have arrowheads. Let's go back to South Africa during the ANC days. The man who happens to be Africa's best son of the 21st century, of the 21st century,
Nelson Mandela,
at a point was disowned by his own people. Oliver Tambo, who managed the struggle from exile. People called South Africans, black South Africans, called for the head of Oliver Tambo outside South Africa. You see, when things like this degenerate to this level, the methods, the processes are no longer defined. So everything becomes fair and good, so long as
All is fair in war.
In warfare, because the end justifies the means. And Simon Ekpa, I didn't say that he speaks for the Igbos, but I said that he's acting in the interest of
the Igbos.
But his methods might not be acceptable to a whole lot of people in the Igbo land. You see, these things are very clear. So if you talk about organizing referendum and inviting the Minister of External Affairs, I mean, he's negotiating. He's a tradable. He's a tradable, whether the minister attends or not, but he has put it out there. You remember when Oliver was busy, going from country to country with Nelson? They even came to Nigeria.
Of course. They
even came to Nigeria, to solicit for arms and all of that. And people back in South Africa were people like the PAC. Okay.
If you would not mind, I'd like for you to hold on to that thought as we have our phone lines are out there, and you're open to joining the conversation. You have 30 seconds to about a minute, maximum 1 minute, to let your views heard right here on the show if you do call those numbers. So we'll give you not more than 1 minute to air your view. Go ahead, please. All right, so we have a call coming through. Can we hear from this individual? As soon as you call, you let us know your name and your location, and then you get straight to your point.
Good morning.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your name and location?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Go ahead.
Name and location?
Thank you. I'm calling from Nasarawa.
All right, your contribution, please. Your name.
Yes, I want to contribute to that program.
What's your name?
From Nasarawa.
What's your name?
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
David, go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Hello?
David,
all right,
go
David,
ahead.
We can hear you, David. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to ask this is my brother where the studio now. Where you say somebody is in your own. You see sometimes this is our Nigeria. If you want a problem, you need to go quick before the problem. Okay, this guy now, this is our kind of way they arrest people for them. The guy is outside Nigeria, they do you own. They go bring her for Nigeria. Okay, now, if never solve the problem of Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria wants to go bring some money back from Finland. You see our problem for this country. Okay, these people now say, it should start home. They say releasing Nnamdi Kanu. If they make the government to try to release Nnamdi Kanu, whether this start home will stop. Everybody keep quiet. Television will maybe go out of our hands. I like this your problem. I like her because
You see, somebody just called in and was schooling that old fool in that very studio. You are talking about this Mazin Nandekane that you went and kidnapped. You have not released him. You are still encouraging these people to go and kidnap another person. That old fool who was there talking down on our prime minister, even claiming that our prime minister is working for the government. Idiotic people everywhere. We will always see this kind of idiots. But we are not moved with what they say or whatever they think. We will continue to move forward. It is either Biafra or nothing. And for the information, whatever they think they can do to stop, Biafra is unstoppable. Let us watch another part of that.
Did they fulfill it?
They did it, even after independence. So, in the broader perspective, at the end of the day, like I told you, this is a struggle. The processes are not laid out. There is no cast in concrete. At the end of the day, whether the government gives accepts referendum, whether there's a breakaway, which we don't want, through warfare, we don't want that again, or anyhow, we work around this issue.
Wait, sorry, excuse me. You don't want a breakaway through warfare, or you don't want a breakaway?
No, we don't want a breakaway through warfare.
Okay.
We don't want a breakaway through warfare.
So there can be a breakaway. If all the parties involved, Nigeria and the agitators of Biafra come together, and the Southeasterners come together and agree, there could be a breakaway.
And how are we going to achieve that? If you throw it up in a referendum,
it's not
ask
even
the people to
breakaway.
vote.
It's separation.
Ask the people to vote. Moses, if there's a vote now, if there's a referendum is conducted and the vote is we want to stay, trust me, nobody will talk about Biafra.
I'm telling you, I am telling you.
Nobody will talk about Biafra.
Just like it happened in Britain.
But the fact that a certain group of people are saying, no, the unity of this country is not negotiable. It's not negotiable. You can negotiate life. If you don't want to live, you die.
Abi.
And that is what referendum is talking about.
If I will take it from that statement you just made, you can't just die. It's a crime to the state if you take your own life.
So, you can go to your you can lock yourself in the
but it's a crime
and take off.
It's a crime.
They'll prosecute the dead, Abi.
They'll prosecute the dead.
Well, the barrister knows that it's a crime to take one's life. So you can't just say, look, you want to go. So if government is saying it's non-negotiable, I think they have something that's.
But euthanasia is allowed.
Pardon?
Euthanasia. If you are having a terminal sickness and the thing is punishing you and there is no solution.
In some countries, it's not allowed.
All right, so
in some countries, it's not allowed. In some countries, it's allowed.
So, but it's not terminal yet when it comes to the existence of the southeasterner or the southeastern region.
It's almost gone beyond terminal because the people have been shut out. Let me,
Moses, except no, people don't want to address this issue. We have made it clear. We are not here to start defending what is indefensible. Even the federal government of Nigeria knows that the Southeast has been marginalized. Some leadership of APC and this government have gone to the Southeast and they have made it clear. So what are you doing? These are people very diligent, very industrious. Why do you shut them out? Why do you treat them as if they don't matter? These are things that are agitating your mind. Are you telling me that if the Southeast are included in governance today, everybody will talk of what is going on? I'm just giving you examples of what's going on in the Southeast today. What was the reason for that? Look, Moses, people have done worse things, and yet nobody. Under Buhari regime, Sunday Igboho addressed a secessionist address. He did it. What happened to the Southwest? Did anybody surround them?
Let's be clear on a few things. What do you think is the fear, or what do you think is hindering the larger Nigerian population from giving the Southeasterner a chance, as you have put it?
It is because they are afraid.
Of what exactly?
Good. The same fear that they created during the war. The same fear that made them to close down the UNN, Chemical Engineering Department.
You have had their debate. Even though they know what is the truth, they are so scared to talk about it. These people know that the only alternative to the problem of Nigeria is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing. You had the question the man asked. When they were talking about the way forward, they first of all asked him, you don't want a breakaway through war, or you don't want a breakaway at all? He said he doesn't want a breakaway through war, but only a breakaway. And at the same time, when the man said, okay, a breakaway, that means when the Biafran people and Nigerian people agree to break away. And the man asked him, how? From his question, you know that these people know that it is impossible to separate these people except you do something. And that particular thing you need to do is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing. You talk of referendum. They will tell you referendum is not in their constitution. And they are not ready to conduct it. Today, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic have gone ahead to conduct a referendum. And some of them are claiming they were not there. They didn't know how the referendum was conducted. They didn't hear. Up to today, as we are speaking, the referendum is still going on. Go online and cast your vote if you have not voted. If you're on the ground, make inquiries and see how to make the voting. We are still voting for referendum. It's going to continue until November, December, when the final result be called. But yet, you see them on the studio complaining. People who are complaining, you see them making a suggestion that doesn't have a solution. But somebody who has presented a solution, who is working towards the separation of the zoo for the safety and security of everybody, yet they are talking against him. Somebody who has devoted himself to fight for the security of every one of us, yet people who don't have a solution, they only come on studio to talk and talk and talk instead of supporting. They claim they didn't know where it was conducted, referendum. They don't know how strong it is. How can you know? You are not an insider, and what you don't know is bigger than you. And why they are talking all those rubbish? The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, is responding, and I'm going to show you his response. Let's listen and hear what he has to say.
Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace, or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured the aeroplane. You would think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car, or he invented one Ihela machine or something like that. No. Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them, and turn them into what you see today outside Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the Middle Belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible. Biafrans have seen that we have a map. That map has not been disputed by anybody. That is to show you how far we have gone. I am still waiting for intellectuals, as our leader used to call them, to come and debate or dispute the map of Biafra. And we have administrators. Every person have voted in all these 40 states. Nobody is disputing it. I did not come up with any map. The people themselves were the one presenting their map to Biafra government, and we did not impose any map on anybody. That is the good thing about consultation and, of course, using a true democratic process to liberate the people. That's what we have done. But you see, Nigeria, terrorist forces, we will fight them until they remain one. And that one will be buried alive.
If you cannot understand, you better understand now. We are no longer part of the zoo. And if you cannot be able to understand it, get it right. Let us hear some other reasons why we must exit the zoo. Watch and listen from this very barrister.
An Igbo man. That's why others were asked to go, and then Nnamdi Kanu is being detained. You know what is happening to the Ezigbo in Lagos? He is still under detention. Why some people who came out to threaten a particular tribe are moving freely. Now, on the NLC, we had series of NLC presidents in this country. I started working with NLC during the time of Adams Oshomole. I work with Oma. I work with the immediate past one. And they have been organizing protests. They have been kicking against increment of fuel price. They have been fighting for minimum wage. Why should IJRO's own different?
Now the times are different.
I'm coming now.
The times are different. You know, things that happened before when the other presidents were there are different from now. Even the regimes are different. So you cannot just raise a tribal sentiment.
I'm telling you now that the regime just raise a PCs that started from Buhari have passion hatred for the Igbos.
I don't think that is correct.
Actually, you say I should convince you, and I want to convince you. Don't want me to convince you. I'm telling you that what happened in Kanu, where people are carrying flag, had it been that thing happened in Enugu or Umuahia or Inowore, by now there wouldn't have been something like a Southeast. They would have leveled the entire Southeast. Those people that carried flag, had it been that flag, the Igbos never participated in the protest. Had it been that that particular flag that was carried in the north, they are carried in the southeast, by now there wouldn't have been something like anything like a southeast. Now, going back to what we are talking about the invitation. Now, watch, this is what happened. That invitation, the first one said, the office is investigating a case of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion and crime, and cyber crime, in which you were mentioned. Talking about Ajero now, in which we are mentioned. Now, that particular invitation was given on the 19th. That was, I think, Monday. And he was asked to report the following day, less than 24 hours. Very strange. NLC president, who was writing an exam. So he wrote to them through the lawyer that, please, can you allow me to finish my exam? I'll come on the 29th. Lo and behold, on the 29th, we were there. Surprisingly, on camera, the head of IRT said, there was no petition against you. Nobody accused you of anything. Nobody's even mentioned your name. It's against what was contained in the invitation. That rather, somebody who was occupying an apartment in the NLC building committed act of terrorism, and we're investigating the man. In the course of that, we saw some document relating to an NLC. That's why we invited you. Can you tell us what you know about it? I just said, well, thank God that you have stated it correctly. One, that building is not under NLC. That building is built by, I think, Third Fund, according to them. And Third Fund need to recuperate their money before they will now hand it over to about 500 million naira. Those tenants there are being put into there by the Third Fund, even before Ajero becomes the NLC president. So the person you are talking about, I don't know him. I don't have his number. I know that there's a bishop there, and I do go there to check some books. That was just it. Then he now talked about NLC minutes. I tell you, said it's a public document. Anytime we're having a meeting, people do come. And most of the times after our meeting, they normally upload the minutes to social media. So people have access to the minutes. So he brought out one other document. He did not show Ajero, but he showed Femi Falana. Look at it. So Ajero explained, said, okay.
The zoo has fallen. The zoo has fallen. Finally, the zoo has fallen. If you do not know that the zoo has fallen, check around yourself. Check around you. Nigeria has recruited Islamic State fighters into their military, police, and other forces to continue the holy war of Islam against indigenous people, and Biafra government in exile can't sit back and watch Nigeria state kill Biafra unchallenged. Therefore, the government which uses force to support its rules teaches the oppressed to use force to oppose it. We will continue to justify our decision to engage in sabotaging and hostility against terrorists in uniform until they are withdrawn completely from Biafra territory from the 14th United States of Biafra.
You have heard the messages that are coming from our Prime Minister. And that is where to go. No amount of blackmail or propaganda is going to stop us. No matter how they stop, we will continue to fight on until we overcome them. Every plan the enemies are making in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south, we shall overcome them. No matter how they try, no matter their propaganda, no matter their blackmail, wherever they are coming from, pushing their evil agenda against us, we will never back down. We will continue to fight on until victory is won. There is no doubt that we are going to be victorious. any place you are as a Biafran, you must pay attention to what is going on today. Don't get distracted. And I'm going to try to give you the updates that are coming from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. We have a breaking news. It says, as Biafra Republic government in exile under our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, continue to hit Nigeria President Tinubu through Christopher Musa, Godwin's Akpabo, terrorist states had Nigeria airline banned from entering United States of America. The Nigerian airline was banned from entering the United States of America. Why they continue to push their propaganda, push their blackmail and lie? The Nigerian airline was banned from entering the United States of America. So we are firing them on different angles, on different corners. Any place they come from, we fire them. Ordinary South Africa denying them visa. South Africa denying their football team, is it their football team or whatever, visa. And when our Prime Minister announced that, they run katika, that's always that they run, and they began to work it out. And finally, they were very quick to come out and say, oh, they are under 18 boys. We are now granted visa. They will continue to be disgraced. Any place they go, disgrace will follow them. Because the only thing they know is to push their blackmail and propaganda, and nothing else they have to offer. And more breaking news that are coming, it says, the Biafran resistant fighters have rescued all Biafran that was kidnapped by the Nigerian terrorist army and police and being held in a particular facility, old men and women. They kidnapped and we are demanding 500K each. They have all been rescued. It is Operation Rescue All Biafrans that being held hostage by Nigerian terrorists. Operation Rescue All Biafrans. That is where the Biafran Liberation Army are today. And they are doing everything humanly possible to see that all Biafran that are held captive are being rescued. Today is the 8th day of the 30 days sit at home. After these 30 days, we will lock down Nigeria institution for another 60 days. After that, we will lock down the remaining ones for 90 days. After that, we will lock the government houses until we evict Nigeria from Biafra 40 states. This is the project of the Biafran Liberation Army, in case you do not know. This lockdown is not stopping today. It is going to continue to go on until all their government houses is locked down in the 40 states of Biafra. Remember to always stay away from Nigerian institutions within Biafra. Remember to always stay away from Nigerian institutions within Biafra land. Every civilian within Biafran territory must be protected. That is the order. Every civilian within Biafran territory must be protected from the hand of this terrorist military. And that is the project the Liberation Army have on hand. And they are doing it marvelously and wonderfully well without looking back. While we are doing what we are supposed to do, informations are coming. You remember the UK organization released report on how ex-president Buhari allegedly funded a bubago in Southeast to take the life of residents using Imo, Ebony, government as executors. And that is what they are still doing today. The job that Hope Uzodinma is doing today, and Dave Umahi, which, what do they call him in Enugu State, is now joining them. They are all being sponsored by the government of Nigeria. And that is why today, the Liberation Army of Biafra is giving them woto woto. They are receiving woto woto from the hand of the Liberation Army, more especially the Bubago. And there is no place to hide. No place to hide for the enemies of Biafra. It is woto for all of them, wherever they hide. In short, they cannot hide. Where are they going to hide? There is no place to hide, no hiding place for the enemies of Biafra. The more they hide, the more we fish them out. And the more reports that are coming from Sahara Report, he says, Nigerian soldiers challenge terror leaders. Tell Turji, leave your hideout and face us, since authorities refuse to order us to come for you. What a shame. The soldiers are confessing that the authority have refused to allow them to go after Boko Haram, but they released them to go after the innocent Biafrans. The soldiers in the zoo are confessing that the federal government of Nigeria released them to go after Biafra, but when it comes to Boko Haram, they were not allowed. And they are in their camp challenging the terrorists to come and meet them. They cannot go to meet the terrorists. But when it comes to Biafra land, they will go tika. And as they are going down to Biafra land, that is how they are ending. That is how every one of them is ended. None of them will go to Biafra land to take innocent life and come back home alive. They are all falling like fowl. That is what is happening as we speak. And the resistant fighters are giving it to them woto. The sound of freedom is very loud in Biafran territory as we speak. The sound of freedom is very, very loud. It is no longer like before. You are seeing the last president of the zoo. Even though our screen leader always said it, that the last president of the zoo is Muhammad Buhari, and he is Muhammad Buhari because this man you have today there, the drug baron you have today is not a president. He is not a president. He is not legitimate. When you check it in the right form, but he is the last person that is going to represent Nigeria. This criminal, he will be the last person to represent Nigeria. And my fellow Biafrans, Biafran football jersey is also in the market. We have launched the Biafran football jersey, and the Biafran football team will kick up very soon. And we are going to continue to make wave in all corners. Why the Liberation Army of Biafra and the Biafran government, under the Biafran government, is doing exploit, making sure that the terrorists leave our territory. The IPOB Nigeria are busy broadcasting news for the Zoological Republic. The IPOB in Nigeria, what they are doing today is to be presenting news on behalf of the Zoological Republic. These are people who claim to be fighting for freedom. Today, it is clear that they are not interested on anything called freedom. Look at it. The one they call China Samwoshi in Kuwait. Look at what he's writing on his tweet. He said, unidentified heavily armed gunmen bomb of Anambra Police Headquarters. The Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Ikenga Tochukwu, has confirmed the incident of the doubt attack launched in the early hours of Tuesday, September 3, on the Oba Divisional Police. This is the kind of things you see that the IPOB Nigeria is now reporting. These people are not interested in your freedom. I thank Chukwu for Mazi Simon Eba, who took over and today continue to speak on behalf of the Biafrans. That is why today the Biafra land is secured and the terrorists are scared of coming to Biafra land. As we speak, over 16,000 Christians lost their life in 4 years as violence in Nigeria continues unabated. Observatory. Note, the Biafran Liberation Army is preventing this from happening in Biafra land. Over 16,000 human beings, Christians, lost their life in the zoo in 4 years as violence in Nigeria continues unabated. This is what is happening. And I thank Chukwu that we have the Liberation Army that is there today, standing on behalf of Biafrans, making sure that our people are safe. And we will continue to do our needful. We saw again on the news that another report we saw on the news. You know, when our Prime Minister, Mazi Samanoko, schooled the man who called himself Shehu Kuti, schooled him and told him his place in that zoo. And he was running kati. Robin showed today. The same idiot finally has gone to his senses and he's speaking in a different tone today. And Daily Post Nigeria report, Fela didn't fight Nigeria government, but rich folks. Shehu Kuti. His son, today, he has agreed that his father did not have anything to do with Nigerian struggle. This is the person who was boasting that his father is heaven and earth. He did it. But after our prime minister schooled him today, he is confessing. Shehu Kuti is confessing. Daily Post wrote it. I didn't write it. Daily Post wrote it. They said, Fela didn't fight Nigerian government, but rich folks. His own son is saying it. Son, Shehu Kuti. This is the idiot who wanted to come and challenge Mazen Nandekano and Mazen Simon Ekpa when it comes to fighting for the freedom of people. He has now confessed that his father was busy fighting the rich people and not the government itself. They will all learn in a hard way. Every single one of them will learn, but they are going to learn in a hard way. So wherever you are watching us from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike to continue to be so consistent in the pursuit of the freedom of the people. Do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see, always remember that it is freedom or nothing. We cannot give away our freedom for anything. Continue to pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for his safety and security. Continue to remember him in your prayers. Pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to protect him. They will never do anything to him. And for those of you who think that your wishes of kidnap will happen, you have something else coming. Hear from our Prime Minister directly.
I am not a pushover, and I believe Nigeria have seen that. If you think that Simon Ekpa is somebody you can push over, then you don't know me. I am here to end Tinubu. I am here to end Nigeria. I am here to end the Usman Danfodio legacy. I will end it. The people who have ended it in their different countries doesn't have to head. I am going to be more than any of all those people who have fought freedom, including Gandhi. I am here to be more than Gandhi. Gandhi did not even fight the kind of demons that we have in Nigeria. Nelson Mandela did not fight the kind of demons that we have in Nigeria. And so I brought out myself, I'm well cooked for this particular freedom. So anybody thinking that Simon Ekpa is going down, you don't know what is coming. You still have a long way to go. I will be here to finish this job. And by December, I will issue a declaration for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. And the flag of Biafra will rise very, very high all over the world. That day, every liaison office all over the world of Biafra will rise the Biafra flag very, very high. We will raise it very, very high from homeland to all over the world. And then after that, the diplomatic battle will begin for recognition of Biafra government.
Thank you so much for listening. You have heard from our Prime Minister. And finally, we are going to end the program to continue again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to bring to you more updates on the things that are happening. Do not get distracted. Do not be deceived. Whatever you hear, continue to be consistent and stay strong. Don't get distracted. Always be focused. Our target is freedom. Consistency is the key. No matter what the enemies are saying, our freedom is what matters to us more than anything. Thank you so much and stay blessed. I will see you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Okike. Biafra government, peace, unity, progress, and equity. We move. Airborne. Freedom or die.
Biafra, the land of the rising sun. Ndị na-ekwu maka ha bụ ndị Biafra, ụmụ Jacob, ụmụ Israel na Africa, na the Gulf of Guinea. Hey, Biafra is sure. His Excellency Mazi Simon Eba Joko, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic. Omogin anabata in Europe. Anyị na-asị gị nnọọ. Ọbata obi nke Biafra. Onye nkụkụ akwa ụmụ Biafra. Ọchụ arịrị nke Biafra. Anụ nkanka mpi. Mmejiri gbagụ onye ire asị na ọdịrọ nkọ. Oche na mmụọ. Ọ dịka nka mire. Ume na-eme Fulani. The end of Nigeria. You are the Joshua of Biafra. You are leading us to the promised land. Biafra government in exile. The cabinet members of the government in exile. The de facto government in the homeland. Anyị sunu jisike o. Ọ ga-abara unu. Ọbụnagodo onye isi na-afụ ụzọ na-afụ mbọ unu na-agba. Jisike n'ọrụ. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukalo, Ohamadike one of Biafra, Dike Ana Ogunanya, the Black Messiah. Ogugu bara Nigeria n'olu, Kelo Abu Sobu, Kabupo. The symbol of African freedom. The world's living apostle of truth. Nigerian prison cannot break your spirit. You are the Moses of Biafra. We remember our eternal leader, Dim Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, Ikemba Newi, Ezigbo Gburugburu. You died, but your spirit is fighting for your children. You are our godfather, the Abraham of Biafra. We cannot forget you, our own. Philip Effiong, Onubara Anyafa, the one that gave us our name. You are dead, but your spirits are alive. Anyị ga-agba egwu ọnwụla na Biafra. promised land. Anyị ga-adị ndụ wee bụ Biafra. Anyị ekene Chukwu ọbasi nke igwe onye edu anyị ala n'ala ahụ ekwere anyị na nkwa. Anyị ga-agba egwu ọnwụ wee na nwayọ nwayọ were nwayọ gbara m egwu a. Aha aha abịa egwu abịa yọ ya yọ egwu onye agbanyere ọka ya ekwe n'isi egwu anyị ji ana aha aha were ya na-aga ogbobi ana m anụ ya ụmụ Biafra na-enwe ọṅụ. Were ya na-aga ogbobi ana m anụ ya ụmụ Biafra na-enwe ọṅụ. Ụmụ Israel na-enwe ọṅụ. Ọnwụ ka anyị ji ana ọnwụ ka anyị ji ana. Na so anyị ala ụmụ Biafra n'ala anyị na-ala n'ala nsọ. Ngwanụ ka anyị lawa. Aka kpuchi ọnwa aka kpuchi ọnwa. We are unstoppable. We are indefatigable. Ebe anyị na-ala bụ obodo ọma. The 14 states of Biafra. Ngwanụ anyị ana ihe Chidere odego ya. Chidere anyị Biafra. Anyị alawala. Ma ndị nọ n'obodo oyibo ma ndị nọ na Naịjirịa ma ndị nọ na mba ụwa ọzọ dị iche iche. Obi kadawala ọ na-akpanyụ n'ugwu na ndịda. Oge ụnụ anyị erugo. Webe ọṅụ webe ọṅụ webe ọṅụ. Eluigwe na-enwe ọṅụ. Aha anyị apụọ ana m anụ ya. Na so gbaa ya agba ezi ụka. Nwayọ na so we dey do am. Papa jiri ya nwayọ. Mama gbara m egwu a nwayọ. Ụmụaka ụmụ Biafra ụmụ ọma. Anyị ana-anụ n'obodo ọma ahụ obodo ekwere anyị na nkwa. Ekene otito dị n'ọbasi nke igwe. Eze chite aka abịa m ụra. Onye na-etinye ụzọ ebe ụzọ na-adịghị. Odumala Biafra omen ụna